Hello everyone, welcome to this video where we are going to learn F strings in Python. In our previous video we learned about print functions, we have seen various use cases, and now in this video we will learn about F strings, and I'm using the Google Code Laboratory. If you have any problem you can check the previous videos how to get started with Google Code Laboratory. And now let's dive into F strings. So F strings are actually very helpful where we can actually include multiple data types in a single print function, and we can actually format it the way we need, and we don't have to separate it one by one where we want to place any information from any variable in the print function. Some examples that we have here: syntax actually. So syntax is always a grammatical rule, and so the grammatical rule for F string is that we will have a letter or a character F before the double quote or a single quote. Remember, you can also use single quotes as well with F strings, and then after F followed by a single quote or a double quote you will have some text, and you will have a curly bracket, and then there will be any variable or any expression. Any variable or any expression can come here. I can even write in this syntax like variable. Oh, sorry, not here. I didn't intend to write it here. I can write here variable or expression. Okay, and then we can actually move forward. So variable or expression, and then more text. So any value, any variable that you want to include in the F string must be enclosed in a curly bracket. So as a basic example here, we have a basic F string. We have name Daisy and age 22, and what we want to print it is as we started with F. Remember, if you want to write F strings, you need to mention F first, and then double quotes or single quotes, then any text you want to print, then the name of the variable name should be enclosed in curly brackets, and after that we write another text. My name is Daisy and I'm age 22 years old. So age variable is also here inside these curly brackets. And now when we print it by pressing Ctrl Enter or by either clicking on the play button, the cell will run and we will see my name is Daisy and I'm 22 years old. So I didn't have to separate the values by a comma, as we also have seen in the basic functionality of the print function in previous video. And here we can actually include any variable or expression. Now, what can be an expression? Like I have a variable x that has a value 5 in it. I have another variable that has a value 10 in it, and I want to print the sum of x and y. So x plus y, it's just like adding two variables, and we all have done in school actually. So I want to print the result in this format. So you can see what I'm doing here. I'm actually saving the F string inside a variable called result. And what I do here is that I write the name of the variable result, I write an assignment operator which is equal sign, and then I write F. F is always needed for F strings. Then I write double quotes and I write the sum of variable x inside curly brackets and variable y inside curly brackets is, and inside the curly brackets I have an expression x plus y. So remember, any variable or expression that we want to include in the F string must be enclosed inside the curly brackets. And now if we run this cell, the sum of 5 and 10 is 15. So that's how it has printed. Now for float values with F string, so pi, everybody knows 22 divided by 7 is the value of pi in mathematics, and I just calculated it like this: pi equals 22 divided by 7. So this is a division, and whatever the result is, it is stored inside pi, and I want to print the value of pi here. I will execute the cell, control enter, and now the value of pi is 3.14, so on. Sometimes after the decimal, you don't want to print a lot of values, so you want to round it off while visualizing. It does not seem reasonable in some cases. So what we can even do, we can restrict the number of digits after the decimal for a floating point value or a floating data type. And how it can be done? It can be done in this way, that when you pass this pi variable, so over here we passed just the variable, but if we want to round it to some decimal places, we will add a colon. So this colon will be added, and once this colon is added, what we are doing, we are trying to separate the value of variable with the specification related with the digits to display for this data type. And now what I do here, I put a decimal, then I say 2. What it will do is that it will, after the decimal, it will only include 2 digits, and f is denoting here float. So do not confuse this f inside the curly brackets with the f outside the f string. So this f that is followed by a single quote or a double quote is the f for f strings, and this f that I just wrote here after the colon followed by our full stop, which is for decimal, and then 2, which is to denote 2 decimal place digits after the decimal, and then f is representing the float. I'm going to run this cell 3.14. Now you may say, okay, can we try to maybe keep 5 digits after the decimal? I will just come over here and just change 5 and run it again. Now it has started showing us 5 digits. So there are many use cases for these f strings, manipulations, enhancing the string conversions, replacing, formatting, making that floating numbers readable. So this was a basic introduction to the f strings, and as we move on in this course and over the next videos, I will keep sharing more details how in complex ways we can actually use them in everyday programming, especially in data science, machine learning. So I'll see you in the next video, where we are actually going to start learning about different operators in Python, and it will be very interesting for you. Please watch them as well. Till then, have a good day. Keep learning.